Oh, I'm back and I'm watching good old Gary's economics. And my thing, I ate the rest of my food. It was snacky good, and my thing is charged. It charged fast. Watching Gary's interview with um, something Zucman, Gabriel Zucman or something. He's a French guy. They're talking about his career and everything. He's a guy that's um, trying to develop an an effective tax for billionaires. And he's talking, he was just talking about like 2%. I think, I think what he's saying is somehow 2% on like 2% on the value of the aggregate, all the aggregate assets. So all of your aggregate assets for Musk, that would be 2% of his $500 billion, 2%, right? Would be the tax of all of that. 1% of that would be $5 billion. And so 2% of that would be $10 billion a year. I don't know if he's earning, I don't know if he's netting $10 billion a year. I'm talking about, for me, I'm talking about something like 90, 92, 94, 96, 98% of your before the year started, the year ends, the difference between your aggregate, if you are a nation, is it GDP? The total asset value. And then, you chop that some bitch down by whatever we agree on as society. So, if you're worth that much, it's like, we say, if indeed you did supposedly your wealth did grow by $10 billion, I'm saying you gotta pay $9 billion in taxes somehow. I doubt somehow you brought in $10 billion in like in $100 bills. They just brought them in by the truckload, and so you got to give us $9 billion in $100 bills. And work it the same for corporate taxes. Same thing for corporate taxes. If your corporation got reevaluated, whatever the right terminology is, went up in valuation by X, we're chopping it down by that much. Your corporation has to pay that much. Somehow. It's got to pay in taxes that much. And then, of course, that can be where you know, you would think, you have to write an exemption for small business. It's like, well, did you see a small business ever being valuated at, $500 billion? Having a $500 billion valuation? No. Then does your corner store have a $500 billion valuation? Then you're safe. And also, we are gonna stock the IRS to the brim with fucking auditors. We're gonna hire 10 times as many auditors, and we are gonna throw them. We're gonna make sure that fucking all these corporations that have, if you're valued at $500 million or more, you're gonna have fucking 10 auditors crawling up your ass every fucking day. Every day of the fucking year. Looking through every fucking thing you do. You're not even gonna know it. But they're gonna be there. Searching everything you got online, fucking looking through everything you do, everything all your employees do, counting the coffees that they buy, fucking counting the condoms that you fucking use, fucking everything. You're not gonna be able to buy a fucking thing of French fries without them knowing what the fuck you do. Knowing what you eat for breakfast and knowing the last cigarette you smoke before you go to bed. They will know. They will know when you fucking sneeze. That is what I want. They will know every goddamn thing you do. They will dutifully log it in their register. Tax deductible, non-tax deductible, blah, 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 blah. You don't need to worry about doing your taxes. Your taxes are done. Your taxes are done. They're already done. You don't need to hire an accountant. We got you. We know how much you need to pay at the stroke of motherfucking midnight. December 31st. We'll send you the bill. You don't need to check it. So, yeah, hold on. I'm not watch the rest of this. The French guy is now talking about He's he's saying that wealth tax thing, it was passed in, I guess it's the French equivalent of a house, and it was blocked by the Senate, and he's saying, well, they're like reconsidering it or something. It's going back to the Senate. And he says he's confident it's going to get passed eventually, and he said also similar things are being he said considered, but I think because he's French, so different words. I think he means deliberated in other countries in the EU. So he's basically saying this is happening in Europe right now. And it's happening in Europe right now. And the overall sentiment is approval for this is growing kind of rapidly in the United States more and more, it seems. And the more and more people either losing their jobs or being straight up blocked from even getting a job, for a decent job, a non-minimum wage job for the first time, is only making this more appealing. If for no other reason than some kind of just spite reason. And, which is kind of a bad reason. It should be done out of purely, yes, it's obvious that this needs to be done, but my sentiment is basically, okay, you need to be looking further down the road too. Now the government has the money. The Republicans are still in charge of the government. If the government has the money, we need Democrats and independents in the House and Senate in the United States. Remember what Trump did when all the appropriations was done? He was just like, yeah, you know how you send me that money? I'm just going to give it to like wherever I want. So Trump's got to go. You give him money to fix the roads. He's like, yeah, I want to buy candy with that. He just lies to you. So, he's got to go. Or better yet, a better analogy is he's gonna use the rent. He's gonna use the rent money to buy scratchers. That's what he does. Scratchers and beer. Scratchers and beer. That's what he's gonna buy. Scratchers and beer. Yeah. Okay. So I want to comment on something. We just talked. The French guy I just mentioned, that thing, that deal that Trump signed, with the IRS about not auditing him forever, him or his kids forever. And I just laugh at that because it's just like, yeah. If Trump thinks a piece of paper is going to save him or his kids in the future, I got some crypto coins I want you to buy, buddy. Like right here. Seriously, I really do. Like, I ain't joking, man. They are good crypto coins. There ain't no hole on Earth or anywhere in this universe that's going to save you and your family. Like, you're done. You're done. Your whole family is going to be more broke than any homeless bum. You know, we decided to go back on prohibition. If you think for a second the government ain't gonna be able to go back on a deal they made, dude, do you know how many times the government went back on treaties with Indians? I can't even count. I'm not even gonna do the research to count how many times the government reneged on deals with Indians. So who the fuck do you think you're making a deal with? Seriously, that's like making a handshake deal with the mafia. Like, I mean, what do you think you're doing? Like, that's laughable. That is seriously comical. What you think you're doing? That's like the best stand-up comic joke ever. And what's even funnier is some people think like, oh man, he got us. I'm like, what? Are you fucking? Is the American public dumb? I guess they are. Like, dude, we can be like, the first executive order like I can make is everything Trump did is moot. One order. I don't have to individually do it or anything. It's just everything Trump did is reverse. There you go, guys. Just get it done. Like, I'm not doing like 300 of these. Like, my hand will be tired. So just everything Trump did is fucking first. And everybody else do it. Like, I don't even want to, like, I don't have to say shit. Like, just, like, that's all you got to do. That is literally all you got to do. Like, it's an executive order. It don't have to be official. You know why it don't have to be official? Because Trump's an idiot. So he doesn't deserve official. Idiots don't deserve good stuff. He deserves that shitty couch that was on the fucking corner for 6 weeks. So that's the kind of executive order he deserves. Trump crap, undo his bullshit. Executive order 1 from new guy. I'm gonna sign it with my dick. You know, like, dude. Like, seriously, who's this douchebag fucking think he is? Fuck with not only the American government but all of Americans. Like, suck nuts. Like, seriously, suck my sweaty balls. And Kushner can wait in line behind you, and his whole staff. You know, I want the women of the staff to be last because I want good memories, not bad memories. Hold on, more video. The guy is saying we need one country to lead by example. America is already leading by example, the crappy example, the crappiest example. So that's one kind of leadership. So it'd be nice if we had a different kind of leadership, but it's one way to go. One way to inspire change. And yes, that was Gabriel Zucman, apparently. So, okay, tax rich, kneecap the rich, tax wealth, not work, boobs. I am going to bed. Ugh.